Last time on Pantheon City.
Something is wrong with that bird.
She would kind of just throw down the corkboard to the ground.
But I am not an adventurer. I despise adventurers.
Good news! I joined an adventurers guild, so I'm gonna be an adventurer probably.
Hey Gazu, I think I figured out why you're so unlucky.
Safe enough to venture into the realm of the Underworld. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pantheon City. I am your always lovely Dungeon Master Joan, here, joined by our heroic heroes. Say hello, heroic heroes.
Hello,
Hello, heroic
I'm an
heroes.
adventurer now.
Oh
Wonderful.
no.
So before we begin, I would like to remind everybody in our audience that we are now up on our YouTube channel. You can watch the first 4 episodes of Pantheon City and the Q&A that we did last week. They're all up on our YouTube channel. Look for Bronco Tabletop. There's a whole playlist, so you can go through the whole Pantheon City in order if that's what you want to do. So go check those out if you want to check up on our story. For those of you at home watching this on YouTube, you can check us out live on twitch.tv/Bronco Tabletop every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So come check us out. But
Do
for
it.
now, I think it's time we get back into some adventure. So when
Yay!
we last left off, and if you hear any cheers behind me, that's because I'm at the Boise State Esports Arena. Big thank you to them for letting us use their facilities and equipment. The Valorant team is playing behind me now and apparently doing pretty well from the sound of it. So where we last left off, Tristan, you were in the mortuary taking care of some bodies that had been brought in as a result of the events of the political rally.
Yeah, so if I do recall, 2 bodies were brought in addition to the one that had already been examined by Solomon, and that's where we're at. So as soon as those bodies come in, I'd just be like, hey, this conversation can wait. Let's take care of this, and then we can get back to things. And
Agreed.
Solomon, you take that one. I'll take care of this one.
You and Solomon split up to handle the bodies that are brought into the mortuary. They look to be 2 fairly young men, maybe mid to upper 20s at the oldest. You remember Sarah saying that they were bodyguards, and they are in fact wearing some bulletproof armor underneath their jackets that appears to have been slashed open. These guys are not professional warriors. These are average citizens who armed themselves as best they could to handle other average citizens. They were not prepared to handle something a bit stronger. The slash marks were definitely made by a sword. You already identified that on the scene. They are wearing black suits, white shirt, black ties, black coat, black pants, black shoes. They are equipped with beat sticks that they can use to ward off folks, although those have been taken away and claimed by the police as evidence. You also can investigate the body where you remember Lucian finding the tattoo on the other guy. And on your body as well, you find the same matching tattoo.
Right. Interesting. I should probably tell that little detective about this. At any rate, I'll just continue dressing the bodies. Do I notice anything else out of the ordinary? I mean, when removing any excess clothing or anything that is unnecessary on them?
These guys are decently well built, and you can tell that whatever attacked them was stronger than your average Joe. This was not a civilian that attacked them.
Okay. Right. Well, I guess I'll prepare their rites and try to send their soul on to the afterlife. They don't seem to have anyone that's waiting to hear about them. So unless the officers need anything, I'll just prepare to send them on.
I mean, certainly the officers would appreciate if it were possible to speak with these guys, but if
Oh,
the
it's
spirit is not
possible.
strong enough or it just doesn't want to, it's possible and it may not answer.
It's a little unnatural to do so, but I'll confer with Solomon and just ask him, hey, Solomon, do you believe these officers would want to speak with one of these gentlemen before we send them on? What do you feel is right in this situation? It's not every day we have two murdered individuals in our city here.
This is definitely murder. The police are going to want to know about this. For now, we'll take some pictures. I'll prepare some recording equipment.
Okay. I'll prepare the ritual then, and I'll begin the ritual of Speak with Dead.
All right. Solomon wanders off for a bit and comes back with basically a tape recorder. Holds up a microphone near the mouth of this fallen man. You prepare the ritual Speak with Dead. After you take some time, the arcane power or the divine power flows through your body. Your eye briefly glows with a white light that settles over the body. And for just a brief moment, the body
Sir, can you hear me?
is aware. I can hear
Sir.
you.
Hi. This may come as a shock to you, but you are dead. Usually
That
people
seems
have a reaction right now.
unfortunate.
Yeah. Are you all right?
I'm
Do you have
pretty
anyone
sure
you
I
want me?
would be having a heart attack if I wasn't dead, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry. I'm sorry. First off, second, I have a few questions for you. We don't have long to speak. Do you know if there's anyone that you'd like us to notify of your departure?
no,
Is there anyone important to you that you wish to speak with?
no.
Do you know what did this to you?
Skeletons.
I turn to Solomon and say, yeah, there were these skeletal entities that I told you about. That seems to be certainly what did him in.
Hmm.
I have a few extra questions, Solomon, if you don't mind if I continue.
Go right ahead.
Who do you work for?
I need a reminder. Speak with dead. They can attempt to lie to you, right?
They don't have to be truthful.
Yes,
They don't have to be
they
truthful?
can. The corpse
Okay.
knows only what it knows in life, including the languages it knew. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer.
Cool. In that case, what was your question once more?
Who do you work for?
My boss.
Right. Write that down.
That's a non-answer.
Okay. Do you have any unfinished business on this side that you'd like to take care of, or that I could help you with?
You see him sort of thinking for a moment.
I'm here to help you. I'm experienced in this. I've done this before. It'd be my pleasure to tie up any loose ends you may have. Browser history that needs to be cleared, passwords that need to be passed on, that sort of thing.
Please clear my browser history. Nobody
My
can
pleasure.
know.
Write that down. This is a very common occurrence, you see, at least in our day and age. Is there anything else?
No.
Okay. With that, I would like to send him on. Cancel
Alright.
the speak with the dead spell.
His body slumps and the life leaves his eyes, the unlife, as the magic glow in your mark fades away and you finish his rites. You see his spirit lift briefly from his body before a slash cuts through him and he vanishes, leaving only a dark figure who
Father?
who
I reach out to him, as he's standing there.
he briefly
Try to touch
turns
him.
to look at you, but before his eyes can meet yours, he vanishes.
I kind of grasp the air where he was standing and bring my gloved hand into a fist and bring it to myself. Solomon, I have many questions for you.
I'm afraid I don't have a lot of answers, but I'll do the best I can.
Right. Well, let's finish this man off and then see if the cops need anything else from us, and we can maybe get a coffee. I was gonna meet Jaden for one, but I guess I can cancel on him and we can have a discussion instead. Unless you want to speak with Jaden, of course. He is, rather fond of you. You guys
That
get along well.
meathead?
Yeah, that's the
Please.
response I expected. Like you said, you might not have any of the answers. I think the best course of action is to simply go to the Underworld as my father requested. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I start packing up my tools and wrap them up into their case, and I get my briefcase and my backpack, and I slump everything on my shoulder. I'll be like, "Hey, do you need anything else here? I'm gonna go get ready. Sounds like I have much to do."
I think you should. First of all, I think you should head back home and collect supplies from there. Talk to Bicycles.
No, I think I could.
No, trust me, you don't want to go down to the Underworld alone. I would suggest finding a group.
I've only ever been alone.
That idiot housekeeper won't be of much help, but I'm sure. Weren't you working with someone today?
Yes, I did have some other individuals who I assisted in protecting the city. I suppose I could reach out to them. They have my phone number. If they need me, they'll contact me. I guess if I run into them, maybe I'll ask them. I'm not going to hazard them with this sort of thing. It's personal. I've only ever been alone, and I work best alone. So I think that's probably the way we need to proceed.
You get a text on your Hearth phone that says, "Hey, this is Andy. Just wanted you to know I just joined an adventurers guild, so if you have any adventures that you need help on, please let me know."
I like look up at like the heavens and I'm like, oh gods, why? And I put the Hearth phone away in my pocket, and I assume Solomon probably like saw that over my shoulder or something, and I try to like hide it from him and say, okay, maybe I'll reach out to them. I'm gonna go back
It
home.
sounds like you've at least got one professional who could help you.
Yeah.
Aaron's
do you mind
gonna
if I take the
call
rest
call
of the...
Tristan. Aaron's
Like
gonna
right
call
now?
Tristan. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, your
All right.
Hearthstone phone just starts ringing in the middle of the mortuary. Since you had it out and apparently had it on.
Having this
This is
conversation over with a body that you just raised.
Hey, hey, Tristan. You seem like a smart guy. Do you know how to get to the Underworld? This is Aaron, by the way.
Who is this? Oh. Not exactly. Can I call you back? I'm at work right now. This isn't exactly an appropriate time. Right. Goodbye.
Yeah, okay.
Lucian's gonna call Tristan.
All right. Now, as I was saying, I guess I'll head back. Do you mind if I take the rest of the day off? I haven't had a sick day or a day off in the years I've been working with you, so I assume that's okay.
I think this is enough of a special case. Go. I'll
Thanks,
call
Solomon.
ahead and make sure Bicycles is waiting for you.
And then I approach him and like put my hand out for a handshake, and I say, "Thanks for watching me on my father's behalf." And I kind of like ask a question mark at the end of it.
He kind of like awkwardly takes your hand. You can tell this is a guy that doesn't really do much physical touch, but like he shakes your hand because he knows this is kind of important to you, even if he would rather not be touching anybody at all.
Right.
So you have a brief but firm handshake, and then he lets you go.
Thanks, Solomon. Is there anything I should know before I head to the Underworld besides obviously take people with me or pack supplies, that sort of thing?
Just make sure you don't go down without what Bicycles has to give you. You wouldn't survive the journey.
All right. Thanks, Solomon. Bye. And I'd leave.
You're welcome. All right. Tristan,
As I'm walking,
you depart.
yeah, as I'm walking out, I'll text Erwin back and I'll say, I'll text you later. This is Tristan, by the way. And then I said, actually at the end, I sign Tristan, like a little dash that says Tristan instead of like, by the way, this is Tristan.
How did he put his signature on this?
It takes like 2 minutes
later.
for the signature to load.
Did he send me a picture?
It's like a PNG the size of his phone screen, trying to like slide that.
Oh no. You guys misunderstand. I like literally just like texted the word Tristan.
Just a text dash Tristan.
Like a dash, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lucian's gonna text Tristan and ask, "Did you find anything in the bodies?" I assume you're
not
going to
reply to that one. I'm not going to reply to that one. Also, I don't know who that is. I don't know. I didn't get anyone's numbers. You guys just have my number, so I'm not going to reply to that question asking me. Like
I did
get
say
weird
who I
texts
was
from
in my
people all the
message at the
time.
very beginning.
Yes.
I get like weird texts all the time because I get my business cards out. They're readily available at the mortuary. I get prank texts all the time. So yeah.
Larb was just like biting his older, like prehistoric phone, not knowing what to do, but wanted to see what it tasted like.
Gazu, you got a phone? I want to prank text Tristan.
I don't have. Where would I keep a phone? What pockets?
You know, I just thought I'd ask. You don't know him, right? Right?
I mean, like, okay, I guess, but like you would know better than anyone, I guess. Speaking of which,
that's
you
fair.
and Gazu are hanging at home, having just done a little research on the goddess Tyche, goddess of luck and fortune.
Yeah, I found out why Gazu's so unlucky now. I actually want to do a little bit more research before I do something. I want to like look into see if there's anybody else who has like a 6-sided die on their body from Tyche.
Sure. We'll do what we did last time. Call it an investigation check, but you can use your gaming tools proficiency with this since you're surfing the web. So go ahead and give me that roll.
How does a 23 look?
23 is pretty good. So with that, you search the internet. You find like plenty of records of 2s and 3s and 4s and 5s. 3s and 4s seem to be the most common. But no matter how far you look, you can't find any with a 1. and you can't find any with a 6.
Interesting.
Which means that your tattoos are, as far as you are aware, or your marks are, as far as you are aware, completely unique.
Interesting. And then Aaron's just kind of like, instead of doing what he wanted to do last episode, he's gonna kind of just like lean back and just kind of be like, "Hey, Taiki," still sitting in his chair, of course, and he's like, "Taiki, are you out there listening to us?" Just kind of like, I guess, kind of talking to the air, sort of thing.
You think on this and the strangeness of all of this, and you think about just how absurd it is that you have such fantastic luck that you are doing Google searches by hitting the feeling lucky button instead of actually typing anything out. And just like how fantastic that's been, how fantastic your life has been, but also by comparison, how awful Gazu's life has been. And as you think about all of that, briefly a little pop-up window appears on your screen. In it, there's this woman wearing like a gaming jersey, like some kind of like gaming gear hat with a couple of these air horns starting to blow them off, going woo, yeah! And then just as soon as you see it, it vanishes. You feel your piety level go up by 2.
That was a weird pop-up ad.
And there's a strange sense of like acknowledgement. You feel it, and Gazu kind of looks at you like he feels the exact same thing.
Gazu, I'm gonna like look at my mark. Gazu, do you feel a little stronger?
A little, yeah, kinda. I mean, as strong as I can get. Something feels something. That was a really weird pop up.
That was a weird pop up. It's a weird pop up ad. I thought I had a anti-ad.
You look up in the
but...
corner of your web browser, and yeah, you do have an ad blocker enabled. It doesn't detect any ads were blocked or any came up.
Aaron is gonna now like kind of like kneel down and kind of be like clap his hands together and be like, Taiki, are you trying to talk to me right now? And he's gonna like try to see if he can't reach Taiki or something like that. Do like
so you're basically gonna try and like pray. Are you using your computer as like a makeshift altar or something?
Yes, my computer's a makeshift altar.
Okay, make me a religion check. Yeah, we'll just call it a flat religion check.
Flat religion check. Okay.
Yeah, just a religion check.
Oh boy.
So D20 plus intelligence plus religion if you have proficiency. That's an 11.
I'm gonna use a luck point on this one.
All right.
Ooh.
I'm gonna use my last luck point.
Are you sure?
Last luck point.
Are you sure you want to use your last luck point?
Also, we had a long rest. Have we had a long rest
not.
since he's last used his luck?
You have not had a chance to long rest yet.
So he's out of luck, right?
No, I've only used it once.
He used one last session, and then he's used this one, so he should still have one more luck point. Think very carefully on whether or not you want to use it.
I want to take a long rest though, because
just go to your music player and type in lo-fi hip-hop beats to pray to, and you'll be in success mode.
So I can't use that 11, right? Since I used a luck point, or could I still use that? The
I
11.
believe how it works is that you reroll and you take the new result, right? Even if it's worse. So yes, you would still take the 1.
Okay. Yeah, sure. We'll take the 1, I guess.
All right. How do I explain a natural 1? You turn on your you turn on your lo-fi beats to pray to, and you sort of like use all your gaming equipment and your like anime girl figurines and set them up around your computer to make sort of a makeshift altar. You get down and you start praying. You start trying to be all religious and stuff. Like maybe someone will hear what I'm trying to say. Come on, Taiki, listen to me. Gazu is like doing the exact same thing with you. And then like you finally feel like maybe you're finally getting into contact with something, and then suddenly the playlist stops and it's like, you gotta go down to Orem Industries and get yourself a brand new microwave. They're the hottest new sensation, and we mean that literally. And this ad just like cuts off in the middle of your playlist and completely kills your whole groove.
All right. Okay. At this point, do I know if my mom's home yet?
Yeah, she'll probably be arriving home pretty soon.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go downstairs and just go wait for her.
Yeah. Gazu comes with you because what is he gonna do with his time? So the two of you head on downstairs, where your dad is kind of like putting the finishing touches on dinner. Oh, hey there, sport. How's everything going up there?
It's going. I learned to my goddesses with this mark.
Oh, that's great news.
Did you happen to know that, Dad?
Know
Who
what?
my goddess was?
Can't say that I did.
Okay. Well, my goddess is Taiki, the goddess of luck and fortune.
Oh, that's lucky. Of course it is. It's you. You know, that makes a lot of sense thinking back. A lot of sense.
But I also read that there's never in the history of Taiki like bestowing her champion's powers, there's never been a 6 or a 1. So me and Gazu's powers or marks are unique in a way.
Huh. Well, that just means you're special. And of course you are. You're my son. And he kind of like, comes over and gives you a big hug. And as you're like hugging it out, whether you want to or not, because this guy is like, he's like 3 times your size, and twice as buff, even though like he's a blacksmith, not a fighter himself. And then the door comes like flying off of its hinges like usual as your mom arrives, kicks the door down, and Mommy's home.
Mom, you broke the door again.
Oh, so I did. Don't worry, dear. I'll get that. She bends down and like rips the door out of the wall where it's been embedded as usual and hangs it back up. Bangs her fist a couple of times to pin the stuff back into place. There we go. Good as new. What did I miss?
Hey, Mom. Welcome home, by the way. How did the fight go?
Oh, it went great. Drakthar was all good and powerful and whatnot, but turns out that when your knees come face to face with my fist of fury, there's no chance. Now he'll be in the hospital for a little while with a shattered knee, but that's sometimes the way that combat sports go.
That's good. Also, could you consider using the doorknob?
Doorknob. She turns around. Oh, there's a knob on that door. Never saw that before.
Almost every door has a doorknob, Mom.
Well, that just seems like a whole lot more effort. You have to reach down and find the thing, turn it without breaking it every time you put your hand on it.
I'm not gonna even argue. Hey, Mom. I wanted to ask you something.
Oh, sure thing, sweetie.
Do you know what me and Gazu's marks mean?
Well, you got dice of some sort, so, and you do your gaming thing. Yeah, don't you use dice in that gaming thing, or all those dragons and their dungeons and however that all works?
Yes, but that's Dungeons and Dragons. That's two totally different things, Mom.
Yeah, honey, you gotta keep up with the times. I know it's difficult. I don't quite get it either. I think it's more like a Tetris kind of deal, right?
No, Mom. Anyways, so I have a question, and I already asked Dad this question, but do you, when you adopted me, was Gazu already a cat?
Yeah, that was the case as far as we remember. Brother's been a cat for as long as he's been a part of our family.
Interesting. Aaron's just kind of sit there, like just kind of trying to take in like all the information that he's like learned in like the past like 2 hours, and
then you text Tristan and ask him, "Do you know that I have
a
mark on my arm?"
Hey Tristan. I have a mark on my hand, and I learned it was the goddess of Taiki. Scent. And Aaron's not sure why he put the dash Tristan, so he's gonna put dash Erwin. Scent. I think that's the right thing to do.
Oh, wait, you forgot my name.
Oh, sorry. Dash, and Gazu. Scent.
There we go. And,
sorry, Gazu.
As you're like doing this texting, your mom is like, "Come on, honey, give me some sugar and some meat." And she, they kiss once on the lips, and then he passes her a big old skewer covered in barbecue, and two of them start going to town on dinner. What do you mean? What's she making? She's not cooking anything. She's eating meat.
Sugar and meat.
She gave her husband
Sugar's
a kiss. He's the sugar.
Sugar's a kiss.
He's the sugar.
No, it's an old family
They're being
recipe.
sweet.
It's got 2 ingredients. It's just sugar and meat.
They're being sweet on each other. Let me have my happy couple, okay? Let me have my happy couples in D&D.
This is my mom and dad, people. Let's calm down. This is just how they show love, okay?
Like glazed chicken wings, like sugar glazed chicken wings.
Larbs were feverishly writing down the recipe. Sugar, gotta try
I am curious about that, but we are not going to get into that. So you send your text messages off to Tristan as your parents start dinner.
You receive a response probably about like 2 minutes later. It says, "Thank you for the formatted text message. That's nice to hear. And then sign Tristan.
No,
And I'll
he's gonna
ask him,
just
do
look
you
at
know any
text.
adventurers by chance? No, I'm just kidding. I don't say that one.
Erwin, I think is Aaron's gonna say, so I got into a fight today.
Oh, that's great, honey. Who do you get in a fight with?
Oh, just some bunch of undead skeletons.
Oh well, skeletons. That's fantastic. You know, I did some bone breaking today myself, but you know, I hope that we can you know, pass on the the family treatment. You give them the old fist of fury.
I have noodle arms, Mom. Don't you remember
Yes,
I have
but
Girls of Golden? As I like pull out my keyboard and mouse.
oh,
I
okay. You know, your gaming tools are great, but like, have you ever like beaten someone within an inch of their life with your own bare hands? It's so exhilarating.
Whoa.
Hey, Mom, you know I'm very small, right?
Yeah, it just brings your fist about eye level with the enemy's groin, right? Just give you a better
You
shot.
I'm a forest gnome. I am not built for, and I'm a wizard. I am not meant for physical contact. I can tell you a story about this guy named the Eyes of the Mist.
Look, I mean, like
Total.
we could. What if we did some training on the weekends? You know, maybe make you a bit tougher, learn some things from your parents, maybe. Okay, we know you're into your gaming thing. We just, I don't know. Sometimes we wish we could pass on something to you.
I mean, that would be nice, but right now I don't know what you could offer me. I'm gonna kind of like Aaron's gonna kind of get into like his like serious face, and he's gonna be like, Dad told me about how to start curing Gaz's curse, and I'm gonna go to the Underworld.
A very serious look comes over her face. Honey, it's not that I don't think you should go to the Underworld. I just think that the things you would need to go down there safely are a little difficult to come by.
Why do you say that?
Well, the thing about the Underworld, you know, it's the world, it's the land of the dead, you know, where everyone is kind of dead, unless you can't be dead, in which case I guess you're immortal. But like the thing about like the living trying to enter the land of the dead tends to make them not so living. There are protections you can get to get down there, but they tend to be pretty rare.
You know, I don't feel like I've done a lot with my life besides play video games. I've gotten a lot of trophies, but knowing that I'm now a champion, as he looks down at his left hand, like looking at his mark, I want to help people, and I want to protect people by also pursuing my my goals. And my two goals as Erwin are to find my birth parents. You guys are great, and I appreciate you guys, but I want to know who my real parents are. and find a cure for Gazu. And I have a lead for curing Gazu, so I'm gonna go pursue that.
Your mom comes up to you, and your dad like stands right behind her, and she gets down on one knee, and still has to look down because she's still towering over you. Puts one hand on your shoulder, or I guess really your entire back, and she's like, "It's okay. We understand. Like, we love you very much, and you will always, be our family. But we also understand that you're growing up, and we can't expect you to like stay around here all the time these days, And it's good that you're growing up and heading out in the world. We're a little concerned for your safety, so stay safe, okay?"
Don't worry. I think today, I hopefully met a couple friends today. And I'm gonna see if they want to come with me to the Underworld.
Well, that's a great idea. Friends are fantastic for adventuring. Did I ever tell you that I tried to do adventuring once?
No, you didn't.
No.
How'd
Yeah,
that
see,
go?
I tried to, sign up and do the whole adventuring thing, but it turns out, like, if you don't have godlike powers backing you up, odds are you're going to get in a lot of trouble pretty quick. So, I instead, found combat in the world of athleticism is a lot more my speed. You you might be
Yeah.
destined for greater things.
Okay. Aaron's gonna go upstairs and pack a couple things. He's gonna like get some clothes to go. He's gonna put on his trench coat jersey, and he's gonna ask Gazu, "Hey, you wanna pack anything for the road?"
Shouldn't we I don't know, wait until tomorrow? You're still a little beat up from yesterday or from today.
Yeah. I'm just packing for tomorrow, you know?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, in that case, he thinks for a moment, before wandering off to a corner of the room and pulling over what looks like a stuffed bear that's been like beaten halfway to hell and back. Like all kinds of rips and tears. It's been patched constantly to the point that it's more patched than Teddy Bear. One of the button eyes is missing, and he kind of just sets it down in the pack.
I'm gonna pick it up and ask Gazu, what is this?
Teddy Bear, because sometimes you're busy doing your own thing, and I don't always have another person around, and it just, I don't know, it feels safe. And where we're going, we're going to need to feel safe.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna put the teddy bear in. I'm gonna grab a couple anime figurines and put it in. It's like, if I'm gonna feel safe too, I gotta grab a couple of these, I guess. He's gonna grab
I don't
2
know
or
if
3 and
safe
put
is
it.
the word that I would use to describe the feelings those will give you, but I mean, if that's what you want to do, then I
Whoa,
guess we'll bring those.
Gazu, you need to calm down. Okay.
I am very calm. I am the calmest cat you ever did meet.
And then at that point, I think Aaron would call Tristan back and
actually call him this time.
Yeah, actually call him this time. Hey, hello?
This is Tristan.
Hey, Tristan, it's Aaron.
Yes. Congratulations on finding out who your patron is.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. A little serious moment here. Do you know how to get to the Underworld? Because you seem like a smart
Yes,
guy. Like, I know Juniper's
I
smart,
do.
but like... Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Well,
I do.
hey, I'm... You know... Could I come with you? Like, I want to go there.
What? Why would you
Yeah.
insinuate that I'm going to the Underworld?
Can you take me to the Underworld?
The Underworld is a dangerous place. Are you sure that's where you want to go? I've heard that you need lots of supplies and a adventuring party.
Well, we got one, don't we?
Perhaps. I guess if we could contact those others that we met earlier today.
Listen, man.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. I have 2 goals that I want to complete. I want to cure Gazu, and I want to find my birth parents. So, if you could help me with this, that would be really appreciated.
Who's this Gazu you speak of?
Hello.
My brother.
Oh, it's the cat that's with you?
No,
That's your brother.
that's my brother. Yes.
Oh,
Thank you.
I see.
Please call him my
Oh yeah,
brother.
the cat. You would just hear meow.
Right. Are you sure you're in the right state of mind to be going to the Underworld? Most people don't refer to their pet as their brother.
Not my pet. He's my brother. He has a curse on him. At a very young age, he got turned to a cat. Otherwise, why would he have a champion's mark?
Okay. I will consider your proposition. What reason do you have for going to the Underworld?
I'm gonna go visit these fate god sort of people. They're gonna tell me Gazu's fate, and I'm gonna figure out how to cure it. That sort of thing. You know, that's my goal.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just kind of going along, man. I'm just trying to help people at this point now.
Don't you have tournaments you should be going to?
Yeah, we got a week. As long as we're back within a week, I should be good.
There are no guarantees of returning from the Underworld once you enter. Are you sure you're ready for that? Sorry to sound ominous.
He's gonna
I'm just being real with you.
He's gonna hold the phone and he's gonna look at Gazu. He's like, "Hey Gazu, he said we might now be able to come back from this come back from the Underworld to go to the tournament. You still down?
I mean,
'Cause
what
I'll
have
go
we
if you
got
go.
to lose?
Yeah, we only got our lives to lose, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we have anything all that important otherwise. And if we die, we die. I mean, like, we'll just respawn, right?
Yeah, it's a video game. That's right. We're in a video game. That's right. We'll just respawn. All right, we're
Yeah.
down. We're gonna load a save point later today. So yeah, we're good.
Okay then. Tell you what, I will meet you near the college after lunch today, and we can discuss things further.
How about tomorrow? How about tomorrow?
Oh,
Tomorrow's better
tomorrow
for me.
works fine.
Tomorrow's
I was.
yeah. Let's.
Okay. Yeah, I'll meet you tomorrow. Take
Alright,
it
cool.
easy. Don't do anything rash. Perhaps consider speaking with a counselor about your brother issues. Have a good day.
Very interesting. Aaron's gonna then text the group chat. Hey guys, I'm meeting with Tristan at the college tomorrow at lunchtime to meet to go to the Underworld. Dash, Erwin, and Gazu. Sent.
Yeah, you all get messages on your phones, except for Larb, who doesn't have. Oh no, he has the Nokia phone. That's right. So you also
old phone.
yeah, this like brick-like phone. So yeah, you all get
And then
those text messages. And then
Your screen
And
has
then I
like
think at
200
that point,
pixels.
and then Aaron at that point is gonna just kind of lay in bed and just kind of slowly drift off, knowing what's gonna happen tomorrow.
cool. We are going to drift back to our trio in Pantheon University. Juniper and Lucian were having a heart-to-heart conversation when Andy arrived and informed them all that they are now an adventurer. Hooray!
So exciting.
Oh, yay.
Congratulations, Andy.
Oh, absolute. Thank you. I appreciate it. How do you like the shield, Lucian?
I haven't really gotten to use it yet. No one's tried to kill me, but it looks good from what I can tell.
Sounds great.
An adventure,
They also
really?
gave me a great deal on this ring. I don't know. It's pretty neat. It's got like magic.
Do you know what it does?
No idea.
Oh, I can...
Do you want me to figure it out?
Sure. I guess you can if you'd like to.
So should I roll Arcana for that?
Yeah, I'd say roll Arcana.
Let's see here, sorry. Yeah. So that's a 24.
24. All right. You immediately identify the runes on this as being protective runes. This is a ring of protection that improves the wielder's defenses. It's sort of like a magical force field that makes you a little bit tougher. They're a favorite of adventurers because you can stack them on top of whatever other armor that you've got on your person.
Well, Andy, that is a very fortunate ring of protection. Anyways,
Thanks.
this text, Erwin, I immediately type out just 4 words. We need to talk. And just sent it to the group text.
The most terrifying forward message in the history of all humankind gets sent out to the entire group chat.
Oh my god. At what point in time does this come through?
Send that?
Is this like before like the messages from Erwin or like after?
She mentioned was after the Erwin text, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
What do we really need to talk right now? Can't this wait for tomorrow? When everyone's going to be here?
Right. Tomorrow. But it should probably be in a private location. My office will suffice. I then send
Exactly.
2 words. My office.
Andy
Sounding
writes
like a
underneath
professor
that,
there, Juniper.
tomorrow, with ellipses before and after.
Back at Erwin's place, Gazu just looks down at the text and is like, oh, phew. I was worried for a second I'd forgotten something. All right, you send out the group text. Everybody gets the group text.
Anyways, yes. Andy, I love your shield. Give to Lucian. And very nice ring.
Thanks.
Anyways, we just got hired by a group of evil people, and I guess we're going somewhere tomorrow, so...
Really? We're
Life
taking
is-
money from evil people?
You could say.
Well, that's good.
I mean, they kind of paid us relatively poorly for saving his life, so I mean, we're not even really getting paid that well, if you consider.
Well,
I mean, Rex Orem flashed so many dozens of dollar bills in his pocket. He was throwing money at people, and he gives us, like, what? just chump change. I don't know. I just think it's. I don't even want to get paid by the man, but it still's wrong.
Somewhere way
Right.
off in Pantheon City, Rex Orium sneezes, reaches into his coat pocket, pulls out like $100 bill, wipes his nose with it, and then crumples it up and tosses it in a trash can.
Exactly.
Well, I suppose you either die or you live long enough to become the enemy. Either way, this will end interestingly.
So,
Well-
Andy, what brought about being an adventurer?
Well, you see, I went to the Adventurers Guild to buy this stuff, and they said you can't buy anything unless you join the guild. Well, I mean, I could buy something, but they weren't going to give me a good price on it. So, anyways, joined the guild, got a good price, got some magic item, and I headed out. Really, it was more of a spur of the moment decision. Like, this just is kind of my thing. I like to try new things. It's out there. Might as well give it a shot. And adventuring, there's always something out there.
Well, I mean, as long as you don't get too committed, Lucian mutters under his breath.
Well, I was going to say, if this organization is really bad and after people and trying to hurt people, then might it be useful for us to continue working for them, at least for the moment, while they're unaware of our knowledge, so that we can maybe gain more access?
Unfortunately, yes.
Good. Well, then we can keep getting paid. And it sounds like there might be a trip to the Underworld starting up, so I would recommend getting all of your potions and gear sorted out, and yeah. But I actually have a meeting that I've got to get to. So.
Why are we going to the Underworld? It's not a very pleasant place.
Yeah, no idea, but I'm game.
I suppose some of us have loose ends to tie up. I don't know, maybe. It would be nice to see some of the lost.
I have a bone to pick with those skeletons. Anyways, I best be off.
That one was a real rib tickler.
Safe travels, Andy. Juniper, would you mind helping me with some of the things I brought to work on?
Yes, I'd be happy to. You said you wanted to do magic without the magic?
It's called science. You literally work with computer science, Juniper. This isn't a foreign concept.
Yes, I know. I know. I appreciate it. That's why you came to me, isn't it? Anyways, I suppose we will work on this together.
Yeah. I'm sure that you could help me with some of the things that I haven't quite figured out.
Oh, definitely.
Awesome.
So,
okay, well, let's get to work.
What did you need help with?
Oh, well, I have a whole slew of things. Lucian just empties out his entire backpack. Just, unloads components and things that he's, taking from his house. You see, a TV and a blender. And you see, a spray paint can and, a plastic Ladlog baggie full of, a glowing phosphorescent powder. You don't know what that's about.
Excellent.
And a big car battery.
So, what are we trying to build?
I have a lot of ideas for some gadgets, and I think that they'll be pretty helpful if I find myself in a sticky situation again, or if we need to jump out of a window.
That sounds excellent. Yes, I would be happy to help you build them.
Okay, great.
I tend to work with more of the arcane and computational side, but I can definitely help.
Great.
Yeah, so the two of you, I assume, spend the rest of the day just kind of like working on this stuff?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, in that case, we're going to move on to Larb. Larb, where are you at?
I'm Larb.
Hello, Larb.
I'm Larb. I'm kind of just hanging out in the park, really. Kind of making my rounds around everywhere to make sure none of the other birds are acting weird. Maybe asking around and saying, like, have you guys noticed any weird behaviors amongst your bird kind or anything like that?
Sure. Make me an investigation check.
Alright. Really good at this. Ooh, that's 18!
18. All right then.
Also, I have the
yeah.
best soundtrack. Sorry.
No, my theme is the best.
Okay.
Here at the start of every show. Anyway, so Larp goes around asking all of the different animals about, what's going on, what have they seen, what have they heard, and they kind of like talk amongst themselves, kind of like, have you ever noticed that like everybody else is like aging a little faster? That's kind of weird, isn't it? I mean, we don't live very long, so like, it's kind of weird.
Everyone's what? You're aging
Yeah.
faster? That's not good.
Yeah. Time's supposed to be slower, right?
Yeah. When did this start happening?
I don't know. We don't track this stuff. We're birds.
Sure. I feel like
We're not capable. We're not capable of complex mathematical computation.
When did you start moving faster, do you feel?
I
When
never
did the
felt
wings
faster.
move faster? When did the flying seem faster?
I don't know.
Did
I didn't feel anything
else around you
different.
slow down?
No, nothing felt different.
Bird brains. All right. Here's what we'll do.
Sometimes you go fast.
When do I go fast?
When you're running on the ground, we can see way up high.
Okay. Do you guys like just go around your certain paths a lot?
Oh no, we
Yeah,
fly
just,
all over the place.
No,
This is
no
our city.
routine,
It's
rhyme or
ours.
reason? It
Yeah.
is, yeah. This
We
is
go
your
wherever
city,
we
100%.
go wherever the food is, and sometimes that's here. Like a lot of times it's here. Sometimes we go to parks. Sometimes we like hang around buildings and like we like poop on people, and that's always a good time. Sometimes we do that to like statues and stuff and cars. It's a lot of fun. People get really upset when we like do it all over their buildings, and this pigeon is turning into a valley girl, and I love it.
I like this pigeon a lot, 100%.
Yeah.
Do you have a name, pigeon?
Penny. I'm
Penny
Penny.
the pigeon?
Penny the pigeon. Do you have any
Penny-
food?
Yeah, of course. He like sprouts berries out of his hand.
Ooh, I like that. I like berries.
Here. 1 berry per question, if that's okay with you. Fair trade.
Okay. Sure.
Have you seen anything odd in your flights around the city? Anything that stands out to you?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. What would I notice? Is there not enough food?
Any resurgence or an extra amount of, and I described the security guards that were kind of taken out at the crime scene as much as I was able to garner characteristics about them. Any
We
things
see
that
lots
look
of guys
like these
in those
guys?
funny black suits. We see lots of guys in those funny black suits. They usually work at like banks and buildings and stuff like that. And they come out and we make messes all over them, and they get all upset and say things about how much money this is going to cost them. It's great. Can I have a berry?
Okay. Yes, you earned 1 berry.
Yeah.
I want you to share the rest of these, though. That is all. You have a great rest of your day there, Penny.
Okay, I will. And immediately, like, Penny, like, grabs a bunch of berries and, like, flies off to go join the other birds. And there's, like, this swarm of pigeons that kind of, like, balls around these berries, trying to get at the berries.
I don't think I can make that many berries. I'm sorry, guys. Feeling a little tired, if I'm gonna be honest. I think it might be time for me to try and find some place to rest. He just kind of finds the thickest bushes nearby and maybe sits on a bench nearby those bushes for the moment to gather his thoughts and really starts contemplating. Okay, so the birds are seeing changes in time, and that bird was stuck there floating. I had this weird satyr guy talk to me who apparently gave me this sick tattoo. Oh, just so much, and Larb is not smart. Larb is not smart at all.
Larb does have a very thick phone that has buzzed a few times at him.
He picks up his giant brick and, like, you know how a new grandma to like an iPhone would text. Can anyone help me understand time? Is anyone smart in like 1-letter responses and words? Like, are you smart is just spelled with the letter R and U. Very archaic texting. And that will go to the group chat. Maybe I did. I also hit send. I did not type Larb because that's too many
Hitting
letters.
send is probably a good idea.
Send, I think. Or I started a video call. I don't know.
I don't think your phone is capable of video calls. But...
It's probably not.
As Tristan receives this one of many messages, his pocket vibrates as he's walking through the same park that Larb is in. And he notices it. And if he's lucky, he might notice Larb too.
I pick up a smell of like the mix of both death and exquisite flowers that Tristan often carries
what probably
about him.
catches your attention is this giant ball of pigeons that seems to be like fighting over something, tumbling across the grass. You do notice Larb just sitting at a bench with his brick of a phone, trying to make any sense of it that he can.
I see that he like texted like, "Are you smart?" And I like, I like go over and I sit next to him. I'm like, "Hey, Larb, was it?"
Yeah, Tristan, right?
Hey, it's Tristan. I put my hand out for a handshake and I see him and I'm like, anyways.
Fist bump.
Yeah, I'll give him a fist bump. Hey, Larb, is everything all right? You're asking some really deep questions.
Yeah,
are you smart?
I'm not very smart. Are you smart?
No, of course you're smart. I'm
okay.
Average intelligence, I'd like to think.
Do you know, like, time and stuff, like the passage of life and death?
I'm intimately familiar with that, the passage of life and death. However, time is something that's a little more foreign to me.
Well, these birds, they tell me that they are experiencing time in a different way. They're dying faster than normal.
Interesting.
And that's not good.
No, that is not good at all. I agree with you. I would be happy to look into this. This is something that I would like to prevent. It doesn't feel right to me. But first, I have some things I need to take care of. I don't know if you've seen the group text messages, but some of us are looking
through them at the first time. Going to Underworld, adventurer. Okay, I don't know what these mean. But are you going to the Underworld?
I haven't told the rest of the group yet. I don't know how they figured this out. I'm actually feeling like my phone might be bugged or something, but I intend to go to the Underworld.
Why?
I have some personal reasons for doing so.
Can
How are you
I
going to
text
survive?
Tristan? Can I text Tristan and be like, hey, your phone's not bugged, by the way.
What?
Is this in your phone?
What?
This is your phone.
Your phone's not bugged, by the way, Tristan. Dash, Aaron, and Gazu.
Okay, I'm just gonna count this for the fact that he's very lucky.
Just great timing or something.
Yeah.
What was Larb saying?
Why would you? How are you going to survive in the Underworld? Aren't you like mortal?
More or less than more, you could say, without being too cryptic and unnecessarily vague. I think I can handle the Underworld a little more than many other mortals could. You see, I have family that is residing there.
Oh, do you gotta tell me about family? I don't personally have any, but I'm sure I can understand. I hear people talk about their relatives and in-laws and stuff like that. It sounds terrible. I can only imagine.
Yeah,
I
I bet
don't
that.
do really well with death, to be honest. I mean, yes, it's natural and everything, but I like to keep things like alive and stuff. But if I can be of any help, I'm more than happy to.
I actually believe you would be of great assistance. I saw the way you handled yourself the other night around the skeletons. I mean, this morning around the those skeletons, the creepy Carlies. You blasted them away like it was nothing. It's something I'm not capable of. And I
Yeah,
like to think that.
it's the predatory instinct. Tries to like flex a little bit on the bench. Sometimes when you're like the alpha and stuff, it makes sense, but I don't know, the Underworld. That's a big deal.
Right.
I'd have to.
Well,
I mean, I met with the one that gave me this mark and apparently a lot of my powers. I'd have to check in with them to see if that's even something I could do.
can I see the mark on Larb? What
It's
is
just
it?
visible all the time, right? It's right under my eye. A set of
Okay.
pan flute.
Do I know what that it signifies?
You would definitely recognize it as a mark. You can roll me religion to
Yeah, I'll do
see
that.
if you know.
Religion. That is a 10.
As far as minor gods go, Pan is pretty well known, so I think you would know that, yeah, the Pan pipes are aptly named after Pan himself, god of the wild.
Oh, you are a champion of Pan. Well, that's something. Wow.
You know, I mean, it makes sense that you know that, you being so gifted with horticulture and flowers and stuff. You have a little
Well,
bit
thank
of
you.
a little bit of wink towards Pan, I think, in your direction. Green thumbs are always appreciated.
Maybe so. I think I just inherited it from my mom, honestly. I don't think it has anything to do with any gods. She was always so good with the flowers, and it's just something that I wanted to keep going in her honor, you know. Anyways, I want to give you this.
Family?
And I hand him my
relatives?
business card. Yes, she is. And I want to give you this. And I hold out my one of my business cards. I'm like, hey, if tomorrow, I think it looks like the group is going to be going to the Underworld, and I'd like to have you with me. I don't know, something about you. I have a feeling I can trust you to have my back. I'm usually
If
not the
Pan
type
will allow
to.
it.
I don't see why he wouldn't. I mean, actually, I would see why he wouldn't. So fair. You probably should ask permission from your deity.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I usually don't. Having conversations like this is a little weird for me. I hope it hasn't been weird for you.
No.
Anyways, you have a good night. Keep doing the good work. I think those pigeons need some help over there. I think that's kind of
Oh,
your area of
they're just
expertise.
fighting over food. That's fine. Larb as opposed to holding out a fist for fist bumping, we'll hold out an open hand with a tiny growing orchid coming out of his hand. He'll cast Druidcraft to make it so.
Yeah, you hold out your
This
hand
is
and a
for
small
you.
orchid appears in your palm. It's quite pretty.
And I like, am I
A
am
gift.
I being like inclined to pick it up? Okay.
This is
This
is for
Tristan
you.
will like pluck it, and he'll like hold it again, and he'll be like, just like before, fascinating. It's, it takes me forever to cultivate flowers and plants like this, but you can just do it in an instant. You should be the one with the flower shop,
I can
not
get
me.
the roots started, but I think you can do wonderful things with this gift.
Well, thanks, Larb.
You have a good night, Tristan. I will keep this card in mind and see what Pan thinks about this situation.
All right. I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a good night, sir. And I turn to go home.
You as well.
All
Larb's
right.
gonna walk past the
I have a lunch
pigeons.
date. I forgot about that.
You have a lunch date? Isn't it like dinner time?
Well,
Dinner
time
dates
is
are
weird.
better. Time is a weird soup, true.
I did DM Andy earlier, Clayton, trying to set up a meeting with him. But I don't know if we have time for that.
A meeting with Andy?
Mm-hmm. But that was before we were all going to meet the next day. I was trying to set up a meeting with him today, and now we're all meeting tomorrow, so I don't know.
Your call. Well, I guess it's literally your call. You have phones. You can contact each other and work this out.
I guess I'll call Andy. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks, God, for that recommendation. I'll dial Andy's
Hello,
number.
you're on speaker in the car. You just hear the sounds of traffic around. Just meep, meep.
Get out of the road!
Andromeda, can you hear me? This is Tristan.
Yeah, how's it going, Tristan? Yeah, what's up?
I was calling to tell you that I can no longer meet for lunch today. Something came up. I think we should just meet tomorrow with the rest of the
Okay,
group.
sounds good. Do you have? Was there something important that you wanted to talk about?
No, I just wanted to call and cancel. I feel like this is the appropriate thing to do. Just texting you doesn't feel right. It's not very professional.
All right. You're very formal. I'll talk.
Oh,
hold on one sec. All right. I'll talk to you.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later. I gotta get out of the car.
Real quick, I had a question. You know that Erwin guy, right? He has something with his brother. He says that the cat's his brother. Do you think that's true?
I think it's plausible.
Yeah, I guess we are living in a world of magic and gods.
I mean, I'm
supposed
part
to be true. I don't know. I guess we could use a little bit of luck on our side, huh?
Yeah.
You seem pretty lucky.
Well,
anyways,
I'm going to need some luck as well to not get this guy to yell at me. So I will be back in just a sec.
This guy? Wait. Oh, bye.
I think Lucian's gonna look at the phone as Larb sends a text, and I look at Dr. Juniper and say, "Juniper, do you think we're smart?"
I mean, I think we're somewhat intelligent.
You say, as a self-proclaimed boy genius detective and a professor at an established and esteemed university, I'd say you're pretty smart.
Humble, too.
Well, Juniper, I wouldn't undersell us, but do you want to help Larb?
Yeah. I think helping Larb would be good. It would be nice to make living friends.
That's a way of putting it. Yeah. All right. Let's go.
You all will have the opportunity to talk to Erwin tomorrow, I will remind you. I'm just looking at our time here. I have a limit, so we're actually going to go back to Tristan to wrap things up on this end as everyone sort of like wraps up their days. Tristan, you are heading home to pack and prepare. You arrive at Morana's garden, and you hear the bell ring as you enter in, and immediately behind the counter, "Ah, Tristan, it's good to have you home. How was your day at work today?"
Bicycles, it's good to see you as well. Work was interesting, to say the least. I don't know if you've heard, I know you have the radio on sometimes, but there was an incident in the town square today. There was skeletons in the city.
Skeletons, you say?
Yes.
How
Yep, and a
incredibly
minotaur
dangerous.
as well. Yes, it was. Fortunately, there were other individuals there that have had some combat experience, it seems, or at least were gifted enough to assist. We were able to dispel the evil creatures. However, there were some casualties, and I had to take care of those at work today. It was a busy day.
Oh, my condolences. And he looks up at the clock. Isn't it a little early for you to be home?
It is a little early. I took the day off. Well, part of the day off at least. I needed to come home to prepare. Which reminds me, I need to talk with you about something, Bicycles. And I get a little closer to him, and I like look down, like and take the what's it called? 1 second. I need to look at my character sheet. I take the thaumaturgy off my eyes so that my eyes are shining, both are shining gold. And I look at him and I say, "Do you know why I have this affliction?"
What affliction? You're not getting a cold, are you? He takes one hand
No.
and like puts it up against your forehead. You don't feel sick to me.
Bicycles, I was led on to the fact that you've been placed here to watch over me by either my father or someone he's associated with. So if you have anything to say, you can feel free to come clean right now.
Well, I mean, there are things that I don't necessarily always need to talk about, and look, do you promise to keep this secret?
Well, of course, and please don't get me wrong. I'm not accusing you of anything. I appreciate all you've done over all these years. Without you here, I would have fallen to pieces. Quite frankly, I would have been in a much darker place than I am now.
Yes. Fallen to pieces, darker place. So about that, he kind of reaches over, grabs onto his forearm, and then with the light popping noise, his whole arm just pops off. He continues to he waves with the arm that he's removed, and so the thing is that I'm kind of not really alive technically. Pops.
What about all those times where you're eating and sleeping and I'm so confused.
Well, I mean, it is very convincing. I mean, the eating thing is just because, like, even if you're dead, you still enjoy food, right? Like,
You're
even
dead.
if I am.
Wait. How come I wasn't able to detect this? I guess while I've been here, maybe I've been feeling a little uneasy, but I figured that was just because my mother's departure and the fact that I am a son of Thanatos. It's not. Wait.
Well,
This whole time you've been dead.
Kind of, and he reaches inside his shirt and he pulls out a necklace with a charm on it, with the symbol of Thanatos on it, and then tucks it back into his shirt. Nobody is allowed to know that I'm technically in the world of the living right now, okay? Hush, hush. Very quiet. You see,
Oh my god.
um,
Today is such a day.
I am not technically alive in the sense that you would normally say. I am more in the sense of, I guess I'm technically a zombie, but also technically not.
So
Like,
where are you actually? Who are you? Is your name actually Bicycles?
oh yes, that's actually my name. Basically, it's pleasure to continue meeting you every single day of my life. Um, and I was good friends with your mother for a long time. Um,
I knew that.
and well, what you may not know is that we didn't meet up here.
Oh. Let me
Yeah,
guess. Hold on. You guys met in the Underworld, right?
Oh yeah.
I have this letter from my father. He's telling me to meet him there. He says it's time. He was very vague. So that's why I'm here home early. I'm here to pack and get ready to go. So I guess I'm gonna ask you nicely to continue living, not living, and watch the shop while I'm gone.
Yes. Hold on. You're going to need something very important. And he you see him walk into the back room. You hear what sounds like some sort of door or something opening. Some clamping around. You hear a crash of glass. Oh, sorry. I'll take care of that later. Here we go. And it comes out with a small wooden box covered in dust that has been presumably hiding somewhere in the back room this whole time. He just kind of blows it all off. Oh,
You have to do that right in
bad.
front of me.
My bad. Sorry. I sometimes forget that breathing is important. Yeah, let me take care of things for you. You know, all those times when I accidentally, lost a finger to those Venus flytraps. I literally did lose a finger. Funny how all that works out. Anyway, you're going to need these. He opens up the chest. And what he has in here is another charm that is covered in various symbols of death. Your father Thanatos is in the center, but you see the marks of Hades and Persephone around the rim as well. Jaren, you even see what looks like a series of three dog heads representing Cerberus. And next to that, you see 5 silver coins with the mark of Thanatos. So your father kind of told me to give these to you when you were ready, and I may have held off on talking about this stuff until it was really important to, because, I watched you grow up, and I don't want you to, I don't know, get your hopes up.
My hopes aren't too terribly high. I just want to obey what Father's orders are. He seems to have a good reason for asking me to meet him there. And maybe if it's a chance to reunite our family, I'm willing to take it. So, what are these things? You going to tell me what these are?
Yes, this one is for you. And he takes the necklace of death of sorts and puts it over your shoulders. So, this has 2 functions. The first is that it works as a charm to ward off the death aura of the underworld. Don't lose it. Okay? Don't lose it at all.
Okay.
The second thing that it does is it can ward off a killing blow once.
That seems extraordinarily powerful. I can see why you wouldn't have given this to me sooner on. I mean, hopefully I'm not taking too many killing blows. in life.
I mean, it's
but
it's a very valuable tool and whatnot, and I would rather you not ever have to use it. But you never know, if you had turned out to be like a daredevil or something, you might have wanted to use it to like do something crazy that would get you killed. And I'm a bit of a worrywart, so
you know me, a super huge daredevil, just walking to school every day and then walking to the mortuary every day. The most dangerous thing I encounter is most likely the holes in the street on the way there.
To be fair, those holes are incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, they should fill those up. They should be putting their money towards doing that instead of throwing big parties in the center of the city for trillionaires like Rexorium.
Yeah,
anyways, besides the fact, what are these coins here? I assume they're, I mean, I've heard stories from what Mom and Dad have told me. They're probably to pay off the ferryman. Is that right?
Well, sort of. Normally, when you'd visit the Underworld, you'd, do it to pay the ferryman. In this case, these ones are enchanted. So you don't want to go down to the Underworld alone, because it's very hard to get out by yourself. So I have these coins, and you give them to your friends, and to act as sort of like a death ward of sorts, or colleagues, or whoever you hire if you bring folks. You shouldn't go down there alone. It's too dangerous.
Yeah, that's what Solomon was saying too.
Yes, you should give them these coins and tell them to put these coins under their tongues.
So I noticed that there's 5 of them, and I think about the 5 people I met the other day, and then I think, well, I'll need at least 3 of these. And I pocket all 5 of them. I'll leave you guys guessing as to who I'm referring to. And well, thanks, Bicycles. And again, I appreciate all you've done for me in the shop over all these years. And regardless if you're living or alive, you've been a good caretaker.
Oh, Christian, I love you so much. He just wraps his arms around you and like starts bawling.
I kind of like hesitate with my. I had to like hover arms behind him and like pat one of his shoulders a little bit. You know my father, right? I kind of inherited his lack of affection.
Oh, don't worry. Whenever your father is.
Bicycles, are you okay?
Yes, I'm perfectly okay. It's just I'm not allowed to talk about.
I try to like listen really close to the hand to see if I can hear anything. How about you write it down? You can write it down, right? Just go ahead. Here, I take some paper out of my briefcase and like hand it to him a pen.
Ah, yes, perfect. I can just write it down. And he puts the pencil on the paper.
Man, I was expecting it to like throw out of your hand or something. Is there a problem?
Yes, it seems my hand is, and then his hand just kind of like explodes and the pieces go flying everywhere across the room.
Holy boop! Oh. God,
well,
okay.
That's most unfortunate. Give me a moment.
Are you okay?
I need
Do I need to like?
I'm perfectly fine.
That.
There's no damage. This is perfectly normal. Sometimes I trip and the whole darn thing goes flying off. Let me go find those pieces.
How did you keep this from me for so many years? I must be.
I have no
oblivious.
idea. I am going.
It must have been the gods or something looking out. Anyways,
I guess.
Thank you. Do you have anything else for me? Like I was expecting like some kind of weapon or something. I don't know. That would have been cool. Nice sound effects.
Oh, some kind of weapon? Yeah, I've got something like that. Here. He reaches behind the counter and like pulls up a big iron mace. And like kind of hefts it over to. I hear clerics use maces all the time. They're all the rage. And like sets it in your hands.
I like grab it and I like hold it with like one arm and I'm like barbaric. And I hand it back to you. You can hold this. You might, I guess, need it behind the desk where you've been keeping it in case of robbers, I assume.
I mean, you never
I
know
have
when you're going to need a mace.
I have other means of dealing damage. That seems a little excessive, and as I say, barbaric. I can't believe anyone would use such a blunt weapon like that to do any damage. Thank you for your offer, though.
I'm sure it won't be a problem. I'm sure you'll be fine. You and whoever you bring along with you. I'll just keep this here. And he tries to set it against the counter and falls off, and there's like a crunching noise. And he looks down. I'm going to take care of that foot. And he starts spinning.
Right, I'm gonna go pack. You have fun with that. I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to turn both of my eyes back to blue. Bluish purple, and then I'm gonna head and pack my stuff. Just my adventurer's pack and everything I need.
So everybody gets a long rest. You go home, you sleep, you recover. Everybody's hit points are set to full. Hit dice are restored by half your number of maximum hit die. All of your spell slots are restored. Any other frequencies get returned. We've still got a little time. So it's the following day. Everybody has gone about their morning routines and are meeting up at the university.
Before I leave my house, are either of my parents home?
Yeah. Your parents are both home. Your mom is still sleeping. Your dad is up making breakfast.
I have everything packed, and I'm walking down the stairs, and I say, "Hey, Dad."
Hey, son.
I'm leaving.
Oh, well, in that case, come here. And he gestures you over and pulls you into a great big hug. Be safe out there, okay, kiddo? Dangerous world out there.
Yeah.
And that goes for you too, Gazu. And he pulls Gazu into another hug. And you hear some creaking of bones. Okay, I get it. Very lovely. And hands Gazu back to you.
Do you have anything, Dad, that I could take with me to maybe it'll keep me safe, just a memorable thing?
Well, I am a blacksmith, so weapons and armor are kind of my specialty, yeah. There's something I can start working on for you?
Do you have any magical stuff, like magical rings or anything?
I don't really do the whole magic thing myself. Usually need someone else to embed the enchantment into it, but I can create a base for you.
Do you have any kind of ring or anything like that?
No, sure, I can make rings.
Do you have one made and ready to go that I can take with?
I think I have a few spares. Just simple iron stuff, but...
That's fine. Can I have one of them?
Sure,
just to remember you guys.
Oh, I'm touched. Here, give me a moment. Here, come with me. He gestures that you follow him. He sets the breakfast to the side and turns off the stove to make sure he's not burning the house down. And you walk out to his forge, where he reaches into a drawer and pulls out what looks like a couple of little metal rings. And he's like, hold on, before you take these, let me just... He grabs one of his tools and he starts chiseling away at this ring. And he's sort of it's a little crude, admittedly. He's like, I'm not much of an engraver, but, I thought it was important for you to, keep your family in mind. And he hands you a ring with the names of all your family members and your name clumsily engraved on it. It's oh, don't forget, we're gonna... And he hammers away at a second one. and slips it around Gazu's tail.
How you like it, Gazu?
It's all right.
He likes it dead.
Well, I'm glad to hear.
I'm gonna put the ring on my ring finger on my left hand, right next to my mark, and I'm gonna say, "All right, Dad, I'm off. I'll catch you later."
All right. You be careful, all right? Make sure you come back.
I will. I promise. And then I leave to go to the college.
All right, everybody arrives at the university, Pantheon City University. Dr. Levine has opened up her office space for everyone to meet in.
Yes.
You managed to shoo Destiny out the door to make sure she's not in your way, so you can all have this quiet, peaceful meeting.
Before she leaves, I hand Destiny 3 letters that I wrote, and I say, Destiny, I am on some business for work, and, well, if for some reason I don't return in the next, I don't know, year,
Yeah,
here's one for Will.
I think we are
for Cass,
going
and here's
to
one
stop
for
right there.
Destiny.
You are not going to die. You are not going to vanish for a long time. You are going to come back home when you are done, and everything is going to be fine.
Take care. Make sure William and Cass don't kill themselves. That's all I ask.
I will watch over them, but you need to take care of yourself, okay? Come back when you're done. We'll be waiting.
I hope so. I'd love to introduce Cass to Larb.
Yeah, I think they would make a very interesting pair, would they not? Like, I dread what kind of influence he would have on her.
I don't know.
She gives you a side hug and a chaste kiss on the top of your head, and then flutters off to whatever her next event of the day is with those letters. And at that point, everybody starts to arrive.
I would say that Larb would arrive last, by the way, just by sheer overwhelming stature of the university, being around people, not in his element by any means. In fact, he looks like a scared, lost child.
And everyone's gonna accidentally find the office. He's like, I don't remember. I'm gonna go to this random door and see. It's like, oh, hey, it's Juniper. Hey, I was looking for you. Is anyone else here?
Tristan would be second last to arrive. Before he does, he'd probably call Solomon and apologize profusely for not being there on work on time. Actually, can I do that real quick?
Sure.
Hello? Solomon, this is
Hello, Tristan.
I am calling to apologize for missing work this morning, and I wish to notify you of the fact that I will not be attending our mortuary position for the foreseeable future, as I am on an adventure.
I figured as much. Don't die out there.
I don't plan on it. I'll see you later.
Good.
Bye.
And he hangs up the phone.
Alright. I'd probably find
think
Larb
they should-
wandering outside and bring him in with me.
Before
You
all of
find
this, I
Larb
would
with
have made
his-
arrangements for like a substitute professor.
You find Larb in like the main foyer, his phone upside down, just like mumbling to Pan. Pan, man, I'm gonna be away for a while. Can you like watch over the park? I don't know how this thing works, but I hope you get this message. Love you, bye. Click.
Hey, Larb, the office is this way. By the way, the phone, and I like take it and I show him to put it upside down. I'm like, it goes this way, and I like flip it around for future reference.
Oh, that's
There
why I
you go,
can
yeah.
see things now. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
you got it. All right, let's head up.
Okay.
I think as everyone arrives, Rusman wakes up from the cot he was sleeping on in the corner of the office.
Damn, he didn't go home?
Nope.
Oh,
They were
wow.
tinkering.
So
I figured
and,
Oh God, no.
how long has
Alright,
Lucian been
everybody.
sitting right there? Okay, you know, whatever.
I've been here all night. Juniper, you said you wanted to be here to be private, right?
Yes, I think it's best we keep all of this private. You never know who is listening. Anyways, we have everyone here now?
If that's the case, can I cast Identify on everyone to see if anyone's affected by any spells that might be eavesdropping onto our conversation, or maybe manipulating someone against their will?
I don't see why not.
I'm just Lord, man. Keep your weird eyes away from me.
In fact, can you check on my phone? It might be bugged or something. I feel like everyone knows I was going to go to the Underworld. Here, check this out.
Lucian's gonna take the massive car battery he has on the back of his back now. He's gonna like wire it up and then take out like a Geiger counter for magic. And he's gonna like he's gonna roll it over everyone because I'm gonna cast it 5 times as a ritual. So I'm just gonna like go over Tristan and I'll cast it a 6th time to look over Tristan's phone, and then I'll go over Erwin. And then I'll do actually a 7th time for Gazu's to make sure like there's nothing like Gazu isn't bugged. I'll do it on myself to make sure I'm not bugged.
Hey, thank you, Lucian.
So let's see, what would set off your magic detection?
Yeah.
The real question is Tristan's phone bugged?
Everybody is definitely a source of magic.
It's
because they are all magic users.
This is if I touch a creature throughout the spellcasting, I learn what spells, if any, are affecting it with Identify. So if anyone has like Gaius or any other spells affecting them.
I have Thaumaturgy on me. You see that?
Holy crap. Give me more.
Okay.
We're good. We're good.
The dice
It's
just went
just,
buck-wild.
you have inadvertently stumbled across something that I was not expecting to be revealed quite yet. So you do your detect magic scan across everybody. Larb shows up fine. Juniper, you notice that there is in her shoulder some sort of a storage seal of some sort.
Just gotta curse.
As your spell passes over Andromeda's blade, you find 2 different types of magic mixed into it. Erwin, you detect nothing beyond his usual magic casting abilities. Tristan is holding on to some magical artifacts. And Gazu causes your reader to go absolutely wild. It starts screaming at you.
What the heck?
Gazu
What
is
is
like,
wrong with
his
that cat?
hair all stands on end, and his tail sticks up, and he like hisses at the thing as it like just starts screaming at him as you try to get it closer.
Whoa, control your cat, sir.
Do I like? I want to look at
Tristan?
the reader and be
Tristan.
like, "What's
Tristan, listen. It's my brother. We've been over this. I literally went over this last night. It's my brother. Okay.
You can call him what you want, but that cat's weird, man.
I agree with Larb.
Dude, Larb, you can understand Gazu, right?
Even Lucian.
No, I mean he's not lying. It's obvious. Can't you tell?
No, I can't actually.
Oh, well.
Okay.
He's not lying.
Time out.
He believes it.
Why?
I don't see why he'd lie.
I just like get really close.
Why
and,
was
try to make
why
myself
was your
small
thing
and
going
talk
off
to
on Gazu?
Gazu, are you okay?
that's what I want to figure out. What spells, if anything, if any,
What's
show
so
up on
magic about your little cat?
reader?
It's my brother.
Does remind me again how detect magic works. I need to just have this in front of me.
So
does it tell me
I'm casting Identify. Which,
Identify.
Yeah, if I ascend such a creature throughout the casting of the spell, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
So what is affecting Gazu is basically like a ridiculously high level divination curse. Like you don't know if there's a cleric on the planet who is powerful enough to remove a curse this powerful.
Good to know. I say to Erwin, I do believe that your brother's cursed. And not in like a metaphorical, a literal divination curse. It's really strong too.
So I don't know if you realize, but he's supposed to be human and he's a cat. I think I know that.
Well, not.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be transmutation?
Exactly.
Is there any chance I could like look at the reader and do like an Arcana check to see if I could figure out the curse?
Sure.
I want to
While this is happening, Larb's gonna shrink down to Gazu's level and be like, "Yo, man, are you okay? Why are you a cat?"
That's a good question. It's one I'm trying to figure out the answer to myself.
While this is happening, Tristan, where is the nearest entrance to the Underworld?
That is a good question. Joan, I messaged you asking this earlier if I knew this question or not.
Yes.
You never got
I
back
did
to
not
me.
have the time to look it up. Because I am basing this off of Greek mythology.
Isn't it like in the Starbucks or something?
No, it is at the DMV in the basement there.
It is the DMV.
Ancient secrets. You must wait
The
5
A
hours.
conveniently located DMV.
Let's see. According to the first thing that popped up on my Google, there's a cave system located in the mountain region that Pantheon City is settled next to. So if you enter into that cave system, you'll find your way down to the Underworld.
You see, Andromeda, there is a cave system that is located on and around the city. Not on, under and around the city.
Oh, yeah.
That should you successfully transverse it, you can find yourself in the Underworld.
I'm glad that I didn't go deep into those caves. I just thought they were a nice place to sleep.
You didn't see the signs like saying like turn back, like under peril of death. And
it was late
the
and
one
I was just walking by myself, so I just sort of was like, it doesn't matter that much.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, good thing you didn't go deeper. Otherwise, we might not be talking to you right now. We might not even be here. Yes.
They call it the Underworld because it's under the world. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got it up.
Now,
wow.
I do happen to know where the closest cave entrance is. There's actually one that's rather close to the university. It is hidden behind some buildings. It's like a minor illusion spell or something that keeps it hidden, so people don't just stumble upon it when they're first here. In fact,
right.
Dr. for Juniper would also know the location of this entrance, considering she's a professor here. I imagine she was one of the people that was involved in sealing it away.
What I know that, Joan?
Sealing away.
Just play along with me.
Oh, totally.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just assumed that the professors were aware of the entrance to the underworld, just meters away from the college.
The professors probably would have put various protections and security around it. Yes.
Yes.
I guess that was
Yes.
presumptuous. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, I do remember. I apologize. It's been a stressful time. I pick up the cork board, put it on the wall again. Some of the strings are dangling off it, and I say, well, I learned who Rex hired. He hired Dante's Circle. They're evil. We're working with evil. I guess we're going to the underworld. This plan is going to go interestingly.
Well,
Right.
you see, this
we
is where I'm
are
a little bit
pressed for time. Do you think that we could do this while we walk into the underworld? Maybe. Because I need to get back later this evening.
One does not simply walk into the underworld. You see,
I mean,
I have a question for
how
all
else
of
do you get there?
Now, I know some like giant eagles I could call or something.
No, none of that nonsense. You just have to like literally walk into it. I was being a little facetious. Anyways, I don't really know why you all would want to come. I mean, I would appreciate company, but I intend to go to the underworld for family reasons. Now, if anyone else wants to come, you can like state your reason, and we can kind of go from there because it is perilous, and I cannot guarantee that I can safely protect any of you from the perils that lie within.
Aaron's gonna walk up and be like, I want to cure my brother of this.
And you think the cure to your brother's affliction is in the underworld? It's possible.
My father told me to talk to the fates, and maybe they can tell me something. Maybe. I have no clue.
Okay.
He didn't give me a lot of information.
Okay, I mean, the Fates are located in the Underworld, so, I mean, if you seek an audience with the Fates, it would be a reasonable thing to do there. Do you feel strongly enough about this that you want to risk your life for it?
Yes.
Okay. Lucian, do you have a purpose for going into the Underworld?
The only thing I can think of is I can see if my mom's dead. And that would clear some things up.
Okay,
Otherwise,
well,
no,
I
I
mean,
have zero desire to go to the Underworld. It's honestly like top number one of the things I don't want to do while I'm alive.
Yeah, it sounds like kind of an adventure too, to be honest.
I mean, you don't have to come.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really a place for younger folk. I know not to call you a child at this point. I respect your abilities, but I would be cautious to go in there just to search for someone that has passed away.
Well,
I could just
Tristan.
go in your stead and I can look for them. I'm sorry,
Tristan,
what was that, Doctor?
let me tell you something. I've tried to get this boy to give up on a lot of stuff. He's not going to. So I'm coming for two reasons. First of all, I think there's some ties to Dante's Circle, and there's some people. I think there are some answers I might find among the dead in the underworld. Secondarily, I want to protect this young folk from getting killed. I highly doubt his family would appreciate that. And
That's
finally,
an honorable enough reason to go.
And finally, I do care. And finally, Tristan, you have been one of the few people who has shown kindness to me, not out of motivation of romance, nor using me, nor connections of, well, professorship. You have just been kind, and I'm not going to let, I guess, a friend descend into the underworld alone. That would be foolish.
Dr. Levine, that's very kind of you as well. I think that's as good enough a reason as any. I appreciate that. We can talk more about this later if you need to. I'm trying to get better at this talking thing. Anyways, Larb, I asked if you wanted to come. Do you have a reason you wish to come as well, in addition to the fact that I asked you?
Well, like I called my boss and I left him a message, so I think I'll be good. He'll watch over the park, and that'll be fine. I still don't understand the whole birds dying faster thing. Maybe we can talk about that on the way for you smart people.
Maybe yeah, we were in the park and Larb mentioned that he noticed the birds were dying faster, which is
That's what
something
they
we should
told me.
certainly
I mean,
investigate. We'll be able to find some answers in the Underworld for this as well. And don't worry, I didn't skip you, Andromeda. I feel like I know your reason. It's just you're an adventurer, right?
That's not quite it, but I don't feel like I need to give you my reasons. I feel like I should just be able to go wherever I want in this world. Anyways,
okay.
This Underworld sounds like a great place to go, though, and I would love to get going.
On the plus
I
side,
think
if we
you're
all
taking
die,
it a
we'll
little
only be in
lightheartedly,
Underworld.
but sure. The
Yeah.
Underworld is perilous. Like, you could die.
For sure.
Okay.
well, we could like die
Guess it's
anytime,
your choice.
really, right?
Yeah. All right. I always just when my mom like read me the stories about the Underworld, she like said the adventurers always need to have like a purpose and a reason to go in there, otherwise you'll get lost. You can't even make it out, like even have any hopes of doing so. So I apologize asking everyone. I just wanted to feel certain that we have a valiant enough cause, I guess, to go in there.
Is there money in the Underworld?
Oh yeah, loads of it. It's just kind
Lots
of
of it.
in the water,
Okay.
actually. Yeah.
Well, now
That's
that we've
just
all
enough reason
discussed
for me.
our feelings around the Underworld, let's head to the gate.
All right, let's go. Everyone ready?
Yeah, I mean, I got my dirt and my clothes, and yep, I'm good.
Also, Tristan, is there anything to like protect us from dying down there? I do have some people I would like to retrieve, potentially.
Oh yeah. When we get to the entrance, I have something I need to give you guys. Just remind me when we get there. I don't think it'll come up, but I have some charms that'll protect you from the bite of the undead, I suppose. Wait, that might be taken literally because of what we experienced yesterday. I mean, the aura of the Underworld, so to speak.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Our adventurers set off for the entrance to the Underworld. And that is where we are going to leave off on our adventure for this week. We'll see you all next week on Pantheon City when our explorers finally get their chance to go into the Underworld and see what's going on in there. So until then, we'll see you next time.